Yeti says we're live. Okay, did I? Yes, I popped out the chat and I think I have everything set up. Okay. Apologies if you can hear the washer dryer going, but we are doing laundry yet again. Gosh, I don't know why we need to have clean clothes constantly. um, but yeah, so this morning, very early AM, we had a little bit of an adventure. So I live in Georgia, and the weather system has been moving in. It's the one that has already hit Colorado and sort of like blasted through. So anyway, yeah. So it's been very cold, or was dropping, and is going to continue to be cold for Georgia. Um, I think they were saying that the low is going to be like not somewhere between 9 and 16 for the next like 3 days or something. But yeah, so this morning at 3 a.m. the power went off. And we used to live in a house that had a gas heater. We were all hooked up to gas, so if the electricity went off, we could at least like light the pilot and get it going again. We are on completely electric at this house, and so yeah. But anyway, so the temperature, like, it took a while to drop, so we were still relatively comfortable and everything, but the power was off for a good 6.5 hours. And like I knew when it went off because I was up reading, as you do as a night owl. That's just what you do. Anyway, so I was like, okay, well, I guess that's the universe's sign for me to go to bed. Anyway, so I'm sitting there trying to go to bed, and the wind is picking up like crazy. And so, of course, I'm listening and I'm hearing a thumping, and I'm like, is our trash can, which is currently out of the street, I'm like, did that get knocked over? Do I need to run out and go like do something with that? And then I started thinking about my mom has a very large umbrella that she uses. It's normally supposed to go for like inside your outdoor table. But she uses it on a little stand to move around so that she doesn't get sunburned when she gardens. So I'm like trying to think of the last place that she put it. Normally she's pretty good about like folding it. I was going to say deflating it, but that's not the right word. Like tucking it in and tying the wrap. But sometimes she just like leaves it leaning up against the house. So I'm like trying to remember whether or not she leaned it up against the house or if it's like laying on the ground like she does sometimes so the wind wouldn't have an issue with it. And I'm like, so I'm thinking of all the things that could go wrong. I'm hearing like tree limbs drop and I'm like, so I wasn't able to go to sleep for a while. And then I heard my dad get up and sort of start stumbling around trying to find the candles and things. And we have moved things in the living room to make room for Christmas stuff. And so the candles that we normally have easy access for to the mantle, like, because we put them on the mantle, were blocked by Christmas things. And so he couldn't find them. And so I was like, all right, let me just like, so I got out my long lighter and one of my pillar candles from like the Dollar Tree or whatever, and went out and like found some stuff to light for him. And then he was able to go out and get the propane, the little camping stove and lamp and all of that kind of stuff. And so, but yeah, so the power was out for a good 6 hours, and I got up and down a couple of times. And you know, just it was not a restful night. But today's a new moon, so we can sort of let that go. Like that's the end of that. We can focus on the new things that we want to gain, especially since this is the last new moon of 2022. We can start thinking about what we want to grow in the last few days of 2022, and heading into 2023. And also just like appreciate all of the things that we have. Lots of warm blankets to keep us warm even when the power goes out. Candles everywhere in the house. That kind of thing. So yeah, but I anticipate that I am not going to be much good for myself today, in terms of like really good words. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be editing today. If so, like what? Or if I'm going to try and just like get some basic outlining done for the next version, the next like go round for Chimera Moon. So yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make decisions, and I have no decisions at the moment. But hello, welcome. Stacy says hello. Julie says good afternoon. Can't wait to get some work done. Excellent. I hope you get all of the work done that you want to get done, because that will be amazing. Megan says hello. All you're still brainstorming topic ideas for your Substack. You're up to 40 ideas that you're not quite interested in writing just yet. If you get up to 52, then you could have a whole one blog a week plan for next year. So 12 more, and there you go. But then you have to be interested in writing them. So CB says, hello, happy holidays. You moved on Monday. Yay! Not fun, but it needs to be done. So the whole stupid thing was an utter omnishambles. Omnishambles. That's a fantastic word. Omnishambles. I kind of like that. You're now sick with a bug or something. Oh no. But you're well enough to stick around for this live stream. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you were back in your place. And you can now put things where they belong and get everything set back up the way that you like it. Stacy says, I am hoping that things are going to start on an uptick. Yesterday you were at your grandfather's funeral. Yes. And today you woke up at 5:27 to see the power go out. Transformer is behind your house. Yikes. Yeah. Okay. So we are power outage twins. Amber, hello. Welcome. You're working on a Procreate tutorial today. Ooh. So you're creating a tutorial. And what is it that you are teaching the rest of us how to make good art, pretty things, cool things? What is it? Because I need some Procreate tutorials. I have been trying to learn to do the Pocket Procreate on my phone. Of course, because I don't have an iPad. And it's been not great. But that's mostly on my end because I have been using things like my finger or like a cheap stylus. So it's not been fantastic, shall we say. So I am interested in all the tutorials. Yes. Elena, hello. Good morning. Good morning. You are reading Merry and Bright by Debbie Macomber. My mom loves Debbie Macomber, and there are some really fun scenes that I remember from the books that I've read from her. So good choice. Stacy says, oh yes, I had clothes in the washer and the power went out too. They were sitting in the washer, so no clean underwear for you this morning. Oh no. Oh no. Carrie H, hello. Welcome. You're trying to schedule your Misadventures series onto your Substack, and the lights and internet keep blinking out because of the wind. Oh no. You inadvertently taught the kiddo the phrase, this blows. Oopsies. As Megan says, that is hilarious. Yes. Monique is here. Hello. Welcome. You have this idea for a gender flipped P&P, and you want to work on your fanfic. P&P. Pride and Prejudice? I think that's what this P&P is. This is the problem with acronyms, is like there are always other ones that pop into my brain because yes, but Pride and Prejudice. Okay. Yes. Gotcha. That could be fun. CB says they were supposed to put flooring down last weekend and they didn't. Wait, so they moved you back in and they still have to do the flooring? Oh no. That's frustrating. Carrie says there are worse things that she could have picked up. So, true. Just change your grandfather from living to deceased. That's always hard. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to change those things, especially for you because you are doing the genealogy, so you're having to update all of that. Yeah, that's tough. Ironically, your youngest and oldest grandparents are the ones that you have had to do that for. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, so Darcy's a girl and Elizabeth Bennet is a dude named Ben. It could be fun. It could be very fun. Amber says, I wish I was at a place to teach people how to use Create, but you're actually, you're using the tutorial. Art with Flow has some beginner tutorials on YouTube. I'm going to write that down because, okay. Art with Flow, F-L-O. Okay. Procreate tutorials. There we go. Now it's getting installed January 5th. Yeah, I would not expect them to do it at this point. Your bedroom is in chaos. You're camped out in the living room in the pull-down bed that your mother always uses. I hope it's comfy. I hope that you can get some good rest. But that is frustrating for sure. Amber says to Stacy, hello. We haven't seen you in our sprints for a while. Hoping you're doing well. Okay, so you, Darcy is going to be autistic and demisexual. Okay, in your gender swap. Nice. And CB says, although after this summer, that won't be the case anymore because this couch is getting replaced with recliner chairs. Nice. Okay, you're playing with headcanon because you think Darcy is autistic and demisexual in canon. Gotcha. Okay, Stacy says it's been a hectic week/month. You're getting ready for Christmas. Your kids both got sick last week, and then your grandfather passing. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let's see. CB says to Monique, why don't you outline the story and put it away for Camp Nano in April? You could definitely do that. Okay, so I have pulled cards for today, and I went left to right again. So I pulled the 7 of, I think this is swords. It could be wands. Let me check. Swords. So several swords recently. We've had quite a few. Okay. All right. And this card does have a mouse on it. So if you are not a fan of rodents, it will be appearing on the screen in 3, 2, 1. Mouse on the screen. All right. Here we go. Here is our card for the 7 of Swords. Betrayal, thievery, plotting, and dishonor. A rat, popularly known as a creature carrying disease, infesting areas out of sight, and commonly a name for traitors, is seen crawling in the dark as multiple blades peer out from behind a curtain. Referencing the cloak and dagger phrase, this card represents clandestine and subversive situations. As a cloak billows in the shadows, blades from an unknown source pierce it repeatedly. Loyalty and honor is nowhere in sight, and parties involved may be underhanded and deceitful. Above the rat is a central knife, hovering ominously. Betrayal and lies have a way of returning full circle. The knives depicted are Indonesian kris knives from about 1400 and should be noted and are culturally believed to carry spirits, both good and evil. So here is our 7 of Swords. All right. Mouse off the screen. No more mice or rats, whichever. The hilt of the central knife is also, I think, a stylized, probably draconic character It's got scales. But I'm not sure. I would have to look up and see what Indonesian dragons are traditionally depicted like. Interesting. Okay. So underhandedness, deceitfulness. Is there any way to see the insides of the tarot journal? Yes. I can show you that in just a moment. But let me know if you ordered the 3 or the 1 because they are slightly different layouts. The next card that we got is the 6 of Wands. And it's my problem with having all of my different cheat sheets and things. Okay, so upright, which this is, victory, triumph, success, validation, vindication, but also messages or messengers. Interestingly enough, the defeat of it, the sort of like inverse of this would be treachery, disloyalty, which would kind of tie in with the 7 of Swords. So perhaps you've gotten a warning about this. And so now that you have received the message, you can overcome that deceit. So there is that. I love like the details of these cards because you have like this green orb and you have this, actually that's kind of rodent-esque, like maybe like a squirrel, the gargoyle critter. Let me see if I can get the, there we go. So if you can kind of see what I'm talking about, this is more of like a rodent type, like stylized rodent, I think, than like normally. This has a bit of Celtic influence, but this does not look like the Celtic dogs. This looks more like a squirrel to me. So another rodent. I don't know. And the fact that he's standing on top of said rodent gargoyle, that's another indication of overcoming the rats, perhaps. Okay, and the third one is the spirit of the deer. Bring a gentle touch. Okay, the time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You might have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. The deer reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find, flip the page, that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of the deer spirit and you will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you'll be rewarded tenfold. Okay. So perhaps in dealing with the aftermath of treachery and lies, we need to have a little bit of diplomacy. Perhaps. Okay, so the mouse doesn't look so bad. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Okay, so Julie, you got the 3-card 365 day. Okay, so this is the hardback version of the hardback and the paperback insides are the same except for the gutter margin size. So has a nameplate page, has and about this journal and what you can find in it. It has a place for you to put your tarot intentions and some suggestions for questions or prompts when you are doing 3-card draws. It has the key for creating your own drawing system for the major and minor arcana, or you can choose to keep a stroke count of how many times you pull a card and then just pencil in the last day that you updated it. Because I find that I have certain cards that pop up with frequency, and so I like to track that. And so this is the basic layout for the 3-card draw. So you have at the top, you have a space for you to indicate what date and time, which particular deck you are using. And if you like to keep track of your energy levels, your pre-reading energy, and then at the bottom, there's a place for your energy levels after you read. Here's a place for your question or your focus for the drawing. And then you have a place for your 3 cards, whether or not you want to doodle in your key. So anyway, I can show you with my other one once we're done. But so you have space for the keywords underneath it. So if you keep 2 to 3 keywords in mind, or just words that pop when you read them, here's space for your initial reaction, themes, patterns, and connections that you've been noticing, your final interpretation, clarifying cards if you need, and then there's a little bit of space for reflection and action plans. So at the top, you have different little magical-esque doodles. And they are, I'm trying to remember how many total I had. But you've got some candles, you've got some crystals, you've got some mushrooms, you've got some herbs, you've got suns and moons and stars. You've got some constellations in there, some keys, some things like that. So you have 365 of the tarot spaces. And then at the back, you've got several notes and reflections pages. So you've got 1, 2, 3. And then you've got my thank you and a QR code for going back to my Amazon page. So that is the insides of the 3-card. The single card has essentially the same thing. There's just a rearranging of the layout for the pages. It still has your tarot intentions. It still has suggestions for single card draws. It still has your key. But with the single card, you have 1 card space. And then you do not have the keywords, but you have a little bit more space for initial reactions and interpretations. And then your doodle is at the bottom. So yeah, so that is the main difference there. 3 cards versus 1 card. I still need to figure out how to get pictures of those pages and like have that uploaded as a preview in Amazon. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that. So I will eventually figure out how to do that though. So hopefully you will enjoy it. And thank you very much for supporting me. And hopefully it will be very useful and helpful for you. Okay, CB says, I'm working on a one-shot called Snowed Under, and it's inspired by the infamous line from Captain America's First Avenger, Agent Carter, if we're not in too much of a hurry, I thought we could stop off at Lucerne for a late-night fondue. Ooh, very nice. And Carrie is oohing, yes. So pretty, very excited to get it. Yay. And it'll be here before the new year. Yay. Excellent. I'm glad. Okay, so let's start with a 25-minute timer. Do you want the sweater weather or the teapot timer? Okay, Julie says, I think in your uploads you can click allow look inside. Oh, okay, so I might have to figure out how to do that. Teapot. All right, so we will start with our 25-minute teapot. Present, share, Chrome tab, 25-minute, share, make it big. Okay. Rachel says it's Friday, 4-day weekend to do whatever I want. Yay! Yay, indeed. All right. One, save your document if you have already been working. If not, now is a fantastic time to pull up a document that you were going to work on. Any document you want. All right. I have now pulled up mine. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25-minute silent teapot timer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that was the first sprint, and I went on a mission to see if I could find any updated information or information that I had overlooked. And I finally figured out, apparently, because these journals count as low content books, they are apparently not qualified for the look inside stuff. So that is why there are, why it didn't automatically show up, because it's supposed to be automatically enabled for regular books, and I didn't realize the low content books did not qualify for that. So that was one of the reasons why. Because I had kind of tried to stall and figure out whether or not it was supposed to like update after like 10 days or like 10 business days, or like what the issue was. But so now that I have clarified in my brain and from Amazon's stuff, that low content books don't qualify for the look inside, I was able to find a page that's like a decent tutorial actually on how to add images as sort of like branding stuff. They're calling it A+ content, which is like located under the marketing page. But for those of you who have KDP stuff, this could also be very useful. Let me share. Okay, let me share what I am looking at. So this is the website that I linked. And this is from BookBolt, which I know is also like helps others put together things. But anyway, so they list all the reasons why you should have extra images and content and stuff. They give you the link to the specific marketing page, which I have now bookmarked because I will be coming back to this every time I create a new book for KDP. But once you click over to this KDP marketing page, you will see something that looks like this. And what they are talking about is mainly this A+ content down here, which if you haven't joined Author Central, you should also do that. But for the main part, they are looking at the A+ content. So you're going to be choosing a marketplace. So like Amazon.com versus .ca versus .uk. Whichever one it is, you're going to start with your main marketplace. I think you can go back and add to the rest later. But anyway, so they walk you through with some just like still images, screenshots of how to add your images as sort of like modules. And so they have this, like there's a module that looks like you have a banner or a logo, and then you have images and texts, and then another sort of like larger picture with some text and stuff. So they have some standardized modules that look like that. And then this one is going to be the one that's more useful for just in general creating a brand around your author page. So this is going to be from the publisher, or details on the publisher. So then you could have this, you could have your author page, like your author mission statement, whatever, if you have one, your vision statement, or whatever your preferred genre is. Or like if you want to say, like Lisa Daly has USA Today's best-selling author, and coach. So she might have something along those lines here. And then you could have covers front and back of your different series, or like images of them all together. So I think this is not only useful for putting images of the insides if we're doing things like the journals, but this is also a very useful thing, I think, to consider for just branding purposes and creating a more cohesive look to your branding stuff. Anyway, so So they also have some things to warn about as to whether or not, because apparently all of this A+ content has to be approved and like fall within the parameters of the rules and stuff. And so they have some frequent issues that you might run across. So I think that this particular page is pretty helpful. So you may want to consider bookmarking it for later. I know that I have, and I have saved the URL for later as well. So hopefully I will be able to get that done and have those extra images up before the new year. I'm gonna give myself some grace and some time to figure out how best to do it. And I don't know how long it takes to get it approved. But yeah. So there you go. Useful, hopefully. So again, that URL is a little bit further up in the chat. Okay. So here is the URL. CB's gonna be right back. Charlie is here. Hey, hello. How are you? How are you feeling? What's the weather like? Is it bone achingly cold? Because yeah. Rachel says, oh, that's right. I think this is in terms of like low content doesn't have the look inside bit, but I'm not sure. Carrie says, Charlie. Charlie says, hey, Carrie. And Cool Gamer says, hi, hello, welcome. And CB says, you meant to say I'm back and you're going to make dinner in the next sprint. Excellent. Good. Since I have more than one, will they allow you to do an A+ content page so you can place some of the images there? I think so. So that's what I'm going to have to play around and sort of figure out what the best sort of like modules would be. Because, and I think that you can, like, because since I have a paperback and hardback of the same inside, I think I can link the product ISBN number, and so it should hopefully be able to show up on both, that kind of thing. So Megan was brainstorming, mostly just sat there and daydreamed. Gotcha. Found it. Already found it? Yes. Stacy says, I'm trying to set up a spreadsheet for one of your stories, and you're trying to remember how to format the date so it doesn't keep changing it. I despise dates in Excel because I accidentally do this all the time. And what I usually have to do is go in and change the format of the entire column and force it to a particular style of date. And so that no matter what I type in there, it goes to that style of date. That's what I wind up doing because I always mess it up. It's 5 degrees outside. Oh, so cold. Feels like -10. You didn't sleep well? Yes. And have a full day planned. How is everybody else today? It's not quite that cold here, but same. Rough night, and I want to be productive and useful today, and I may not be. CB has sore throat, sore ear, and currently rather hungry. I'm glad that you will be remedying at least one of those. And make sure you have some hot tea, gargle with salt water, all the things. BA, hello. Hey. You've been off all this week. At least from school. So welcome. Are you fully ready for Christmas now, or do you still have things to do this weekend? Carrie says it's -3 here. Ouch. You've been hunkered down in the office with a big mug of coffee. Joe tried to shovel, but it's all drifting, so there was no point. Yeah, gotcha. Rachel says, your kids sent you a new Conan RP server link. So you're deciding on a new character. This weekend you may be writing a bit, but mostly chilling out. Which is fair because it's holidays. That's fair. Rachel says the wind just picked up here. It's still at 46, but that's down from 60 this morning. I think it's currently 22. I think our high expected today is like 26. And for like Georgia, that's cold. Okay, that's cold. Everybody get your blankies and sweaters and fluffy socks. Yes, sweaters. I have my fuzzy slippers on. So yes, A+ content also takes a long time to get approved. Gotcha. At least a week, usually more. Okay, so I should do it within the next couple of days so that I have a week to get it approved. Okay, gotcha. Good to know. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Rachel says, good to know. I haven't sent mine yet. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so you submitted yours and it showed up on the page before you got the email saying it was approved. But yeah, it was at least a week. Don't freak out if it takes a while. I won't. But thank you very much for that estimated time. And it may take longer because of the holidays too. So yeah, you can do multiple modules on each book. Oh, nice. There's a ton of options, and in the book details, you can add a lot of information from the author area if it's just text. Nice. Good. I'm so glad that there is this as an option, and 2, I'm so glad that there are other people who have done it before, or tutorials, or like people who can give advice, like Julie. I'm just like, yes, I will absorb all of your knowledge, and be forever grateful for it. Charlie says, yeah, everything hurts right now. You feel like you have angry bees in most of your joints and your back is refusing to work properly. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Are you thinking you're going to be feeling up to streaming this evening, or is that like a no bueno, or is that just like a we shall see situation? Okay, Monique says, which name sounds good for Ben? Oh, okay. Elizaga, Esperanza, or Esquivel? Of those 3, I think this depends. Like, are you intending to keep this mostly British? Are you intending to add a Hispanic vibe to it? Are you planning to because you could, instead of Esquivel, you could give him an Esquire rank. If you are looking for something that has the E. But if you're looking for something that ties in the Elizabeth name, then as a last name of these 3, I would lean toward Esquivel. But I'm not sure. Because Esperanza, I've always heard as like a first name. I don't think I've ever heard it as a surname. And I don't think I've heard of the other 2 names either. But Megan says, you're doing pretty good today. You had a toaster strudel for breakfast. What kind of toaster strudel? Was it cherry? Cherry's the best. And you're still in your pajamas. You tend to stay in your pajamas all day, but you reserve the right. You intend to stay in your pajamas all day, but you reserve the right to change your mind. Gotcha. BA still has some Christmas things to do. You're working on editing photos from the last home game. You still have to wrap some more gifts and bathe the dog. Gotcha. Carrie says, I have an old Powerpuff Girls sweatshirt on right now as your comfy level. Yes. Rachel says, yeah, there are a lot of walkthroughs available for A+ content. You just haven't gotten into it. Yeah, but I think I'm going to have to, because I was waiting to see if the inside pictures would show up partly, but also just I hadn't looked it up really like in depth as to how to do it. But yeah, I think they need the inside pictures to show really how awesome they are. Megan votes for Ben Esperanza. Okay, so he's Filipino. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so Charlie says you are streaming tonight. You're very excited about the stream, but you just might be a little low energy. It's going to be 6 p.m. on Creation's Path. Excellent. Okay. It's a modern day story that takes place in the tri-state area, Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. Gotcha. Okay, Stacy found it. Yay, you mixed your dates. You're making a spreadsheet so that it shows all the dates of when the family members married and by whom, and you're tracking which family members were part of what church. Nice. Apple cinnamon toaster strudel. Okay, apple cinnamon is a good combo, so I forgive you for not having cherry. Stacy says, what about Bet for a last name? In terms of Ben, it's your favorite apple cinnamon. Yes. Okay, I've been chatting for what feels like forever. Let me just shut my mouth, and we're gonna play the 30-minute purple teapot timer, and then we will play the sweater weather. All right, so since I have done promo today, I have shown off my tarot journals. I have mentioned them multiple times. And the link for that is in the description, should you want to see my other page on Amazon. But here is your opportunity to do your own self-promo during the second sprint. So if you have your own Amazon author page, if you have... Okay. Julie, I am giving you a wrench of power. So, because I know you have some really cool books that you should also promo. All right. Let's see. Don't forget to promo your stuff. Amazon author page, social medias, websites, blogs, etc. All the good things. And also, 1, save your document. 2, take a sip of whatever it is you are hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go with 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the second sprint. Make sure that you have done your self promo. I was a chaotic mess that sprint. Did a little bit more examining of the suggestions for the A+ content in order to get some product photos for the journals. Did some of that. Added a few more things to the bullet journal for next year, just like penciling in, but also like I've done most of the swatch things. Just because I don't feel like trying to take the time to do those like on camera if I can ever. So I've done like all of the swatch page stuff for my pens, the Tombow markers. I was also trying to find like almost the exact color of the journal itself by combining some of the markers. It's kind of like halfway in between those. So I don't know. I may have to play around a little bit, maybe layer on another layer of the mint. But anyway, so I've got those, like my Archer and Olive acrylic markers, things like that. I've also gone ahead and done like all of my notebook therapy stencils, and I have swatched all of my all of the washi tapes that I currently own and I'm keeping for this next year. So I've got those, and then I've got room for some more. But I have also decided that one of the things that I have penciled in for the beginning of this year, I decided this would work better in like the long-term collection notebook. So I think I'm going to transfer that over and then erase it and figure out like what would be in there. Or if I just like need to move up the rest of the pages. So yeah, so I've decided to do that. Again, like not a very productive sprint. not productive really at all. I'm trying to get my brain back together. I did go and refill my water. So yeah, there is that. Somehow I took this water from the kettle. Somehow the kettle still tastes like tea, even though like we don't make tea in the kettle. I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe my brain just equates warm water with tea. Or hot water with tea. I don't know. I don't understand my brain, but it is there. Okay, let me scroll up and see what your self promos are. Okay, so don't forget, let's see. Megan says, check out this week's Substack post. I wiggle and jiggle and I don't mind from meganmccarthy.substack.com. And check out all of Megan's other links at the link tree /Megan_McCarthy. Carrie H has Carrie H author link tree with all the things. You're moving your Misadventures series from Vella to Substack, and you can get signed copies of your book through your coffee shop. Carrie says you only have three copies available through coffee, but more coming after the new year. Gotcha. Charlie says, join us at 6 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to discuss how to tap into the flow to live a more compassionate, creative, and meaningful life. And so there is the link for tonight's discussion over on Creation's Path. CB is 31,871 words behind on Millwordy. I thought you said you weren't doing Millwordy anymore. Good grief. Guess who's going to be spending Tuesday and Wednesday next week at the library? Ooh, you're going to go see the Snow Queen on Thursday and have support on Friday. That sounds like a fantastic week for next week. Julie says, here are the first two books in your adult fantasy romance series. And so here is the website link. and juliez.com/books. And if you're looking for someone to push you towards your goals in 2023, Julie is now offering accountability coaching. And so it's going to be juliez.com/coaching. If you're into spicy novellas, your pen name will be publishing one novella each month in 2023. Wow. The first two are already up for pre-order. So Tegan Wells is the pen name there. That's amazing. Paget says, hey all, hello, how are you? Ooh, and this purple teapot, loving the teapot themology lately in the timers. Yes. You can thank Mama Maggie. She insisted on having teapots. So we have teapots. Monique started coughing, so you're making some tea. Excellent. Good. Your original plan for dinner didn't work out. So alphabet soup it is. Alphabet soup is fantastic. Your baby has a sore throat for a couple of days, but lots of water and tea seems to have helped. Yes. Yes, yes. Paget says, CB, you're back online. Are you in your new place then? Yes. Hot water with grapefruit juice did the trick last time, so you're snacking on some grapefruit right now as well. Nice. Nice. Place is driving you bananas, though. Yeah. Juliet is here, but happy to be here. Excellent. Good. No worries on the late. It's the Dawdling Writer channel. You can come on in whenever you feel like. No words, but you fought with the kitchen. Managed to make some soup. Excellent. Good. Food for the brain. Stacy got the spreadsheet done. Yay! Now I need to move on to get more info for the other branches of the family. Fantastic progress. Megan says, took the dogs outside and continue brainstorming. You're up to 44 ideas now. Nice. Stacy says, I'm getting cold again. Not a surprise in your office. One wall is almost all window. Gotcha. But do you have light? Is the light good? At least. At least is the light good. BA edited some photos. Still a lot more to go, though. Could the mug taste like tea? Well, I'm considering I'm drinking just warm water out of a regular glass. I don't know. My brain just says kettle water tastes like tea. I don't know. I don't understand it. The boyfriend went to Costco Business Center and spent part of the sprint gushing about how amazing it was with all the goodies they had available. Nice. CB has some water and soda to drink. Excellent. Good. I'm glad we are all staying hydrated, especially with all of the warm things. Okay, let's do a sweater weather timer. And then, so this will take us, I know it's already 2:50. This will take us to like maybe 3:20, I think. So yeah. So if you have to stay by at the top of the hour, just say bye in the chat. Don't leave without letting us know you're going. You can, that's fine. You can leave without telling me. It's fine. Okay. And then, all right. So we have the sweater weather pulled up. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip of whatever it is that we're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. It is 3:15 and I'm still working. I have a little bit more that I feel like I can get done, and I had sort of started to get a little focused in order to transfer some of this over to the long-term collection. So I think I could go for another sprint if y'all want to stick around for that. But I realize it is 3:15 and Michael normally streams on Fridays. Let me check and we have a link for that. So today's 23rd. Okay, I don't see Michael listed on the spreadsheet. Let me double check and see if Okay. Okay, so the revised writer, Richard Holiday is doing Winter Chat and Chaos, so not sprints necessarily. Vlog Novel is on. Okay, I do not see. Don't see one at the moment. Okay, so if y'all want to stick around, I am up for another sprint. Otherwise, don't forget that did I pop the tiny? I did not. Okay, let me pop the tiny URL in case you would like to. No, I did not need to click that. I wanted to share it. Copy, paste. In case you want to join the Stream Hoppers United. But yeah, we will be doing another sprint. Just so I can get a little bit more of this done. Like, since I feel like I'm doing okay at the moment. There was discussion of grapefruit. Apparently there's a 6-month schedule to how far you can schedule things on Substack. Julia, hello, welcome. Thank you for the safe wishes. Safe and happy holiday wishes. Yes. Same to you. Same to you. Okay, so Paget is up for another sprint. Stacy is up for another sprint. Didn't get much done, but that's their game and research. Yes. More photos edited for BA. Yay for more sprints. Yay. You'll be here until Christmas editing these photos. Yes. Yes, yes. Paget says everything else. Oh, we're talking about the, yeah. Yeah, drink lemon water in the morning or something. Citrus water. It is good for you. Maybe not great for your teeth, but it's good for you generally. Okay, so do we want to do a 25 or a 30? I'm thinking teapot timers. So 25 or 30, because that's what we have at the moment. Julie says you have to jump off, but thank you. You're welcome, and thank you. Let's do 25, just to kind of keep us on the regular Pomodoro. Oh, okay. Y'all are voting 30. Okay. Well, I will retract that statement that I just made. I will retract that. Okay. Present, share, Chrome tab, purple teapot. Make it big. You finished the final edit, but you have like 12 more sticky notes. Yes. You keep saying almost done, and your husband like, sure. Yeah. Okay, let's do this bonus sprint. 1, save your document, especially if you made some progress. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check, and make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. I'm trying to decide how I want to relay out this page. And I am having difficulty deciding, but I did get the my crystals and minerals spreadsheet transferred over to my long-term collections book, which is a smaller physically book, but yeah. So I decided I was going to keep track of like the form that I've got. So I have listed out like jewelry, bra, tumbled, points, tower, sphere, pyramid, etc. And so the ones that I just have like others, I'm trying to like in parentheses keep track of like what it is I have. So like lapis lazuli, I have a bowl. So I just put bowl in parentheses next to it and checked other. I feel like I have some cute like crystal stickers that I may like decorate over here with. But yeah, so I got that done, and then I am deciding how I want to relay out one of the pages that was like kind of crammed full of information, because I'm going to use the pages that I intended to put that spreadsheet on and just sort of like make it less cluttered in some ways. But now I'm thinking about like how I want to decorate and like with which washi tape. And of course I want to use like some of the wider washi tape. So that means I have to calculate how much space and like where exactly it's going to be located type of thing. So I've decided on the washi tapes that I'm going to be using to decorate, but yeah, so, but I think I think I've decided how I'm going to lay it out. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. And that's going to be my progress for the day. So not like, I don't think I did, but maybe like 100 words of writing. But otherwise, some productive stuff, some research into figuring out how to add product images to the KDP kind of stuff, branding issues, things. Yeah. So stiff, but not super productive word wise. Shadows Layer dropped in to hit the like button. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. CB managed to get 330 in the first sprint. Fantastic. Paget said, thank you for the sprints. You're welcome. More photos edited and 250 to go. Yikes, that's a lot. CB got 262 that time. Fantastic. And you told your big cousin that you've never seen Pretty Woman, not old enough, cannot stand Richard Gere, and she advised you not to watch it. All right, well then, there you go. Okay, y'all. Don't forget to save your work, especially if you actually made some progress today. And now I need to put up all of the things that I got out. Stationary wise, to keep my desk some semblance of clean. All right, y'all, save. Don't forget today is Friday, so Charlie is going to be over on Creations Path at 6 instead of CE Dorset at 5. So yeah, don't forget that. And also don't forget to check out the AuthorTube spreadsheet. I linked it earlier in the chat, and it is also linked in the description. Devin has been doing lots of work for us in keeping that up, and I really appreciate Devin and Kat for doing that for us, especially with Devin's trials and tribulations with YouTube. So yeah, I'm very grateful that Devin has continued to use that to create that for us. Rachel got 327 on an article and started playing a game. Nice. Excellent. Stacy was interrupted by the husband coming home and the little one, oh no, pooped the pants. If you use a ruler and pencil lightly to mark where you're going to put the washi tape, either the tape will cover it or you can rub it out. Yes. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3, and Sundays, 2 to 5. That is my normal schedule. However, this Sunday is Christmas, and I will not be streaming on Christmas. So I'm going to see y'all on Monday. I have that scheduled. Yeah. So I will see y'all on Monday. In terms of, because I don't think I'll do a pop-up. I think I'll just take the time on Christmas to just be with family or relax. So, you decided against doing it in October. We were doing it from the beginning of this month. Gotcha. That chapter that you were struggling with, you're able to get through it now. Yay! Congrats, Leslie. That's amazing. Yay! I'm so glad. I'm so glad. All right. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Stand up and stretch every now and then. Snack on some Christmas cookies or treats or something. Or if you're trying to be good, snack on something healthy. You know. All right. We will see y'all soon. All right. Bye.